Today we're going to pot up a peony. This one I purchased at Walmart. It was $9.98. There's only one root in this bag. And this is the summer blooming peony. The name of this particular one is Sarah Bernhardt. This seems to be a pretty popular peony. I see it in the garden centers everywhere. So this must be a pretty popular one. So what you want to look for is a viable eye. As you can see, here's one here. That's why I selected it. So I'm going to take it out the bag and then I'm going to soak it in water. It needs to soak maybe a couple hours just to get the roots nice and hydrated, and then I'm going to plant it outside in the rain. So here's the root right here. You can see several eyes on here. So you've got one here, and definitely one here. So I'm gonna put it in the water and just let it sit here for a couple hours just so that root can get hydrated, because you don't know how long these have been sitting in the bags. So once you get this hydrated, then it'll be time to plant. So I'll leave it in here for a couple hours and then I'll be back. So I just opened the package of the Miss Oklahoma canna, and very healthy looking. Look at that. Good job, Tractor Supply. So now what I'm going to try to do is very carefully untangle it. There's supposed to be 2 roots in here. There's one. It's a small one. See that one? And then here's a bigger one. You can probably, this can be split. You can split that in half, and then you have 3. But I don't have time to do that right now. Yeah, I bet you can split that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the ground. It's starting to rain. So I'm gonna put it right here. And then cover it up. Cover it up. And like I said, this messy bed is going to get all my attention when I get back. Pat it in there, and that one's done. Now I'm going to put the other one on that side. I had to dig up a hosta that I planted here a few months ago. There it is right there. This is a Better Homes and Garden hosta, but I think I can move it somewhere else. I'm going to go ahead and put Miss Oklahoma right here. So here it is. And just stick her in the ground. Have it pointing up like that. And then cover her up. This garden bed is a mess. Cover her up. And that one is done. So I've got the one here, and I've got one on that side. Okay, I'm fighting the rain here. It is rainy, and I have a 1 hole dug for this hellebore that I got at the tangerine store. And I actually paid $14.97 for it. It says $17.98, but it rang up at $14.97 or $14.98, so not a bad deal. And it doesn't say what type of hellebore this is, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So pretty. So I'm gonna get this in the ground, and then I've got to dig a hole for this one right here. And this one I got at the Blue Store, and this is by Monrovia. This is called Pink Frost Lenten Rose, and I did pay $19.98 for this one. It's much smaller, but it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? All right, I gotta get to work. Okay, so this is the pink frost Lenten rose from the blue store. And look at the roots on this. It's just swirling around like a comb over. So when you plant these, you don't want to bury the crown, from what I read. Otherwise, the plant will not make it. So I'm going to actually tease out a little bit these roots. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to give it a little head start so the roots will have a place to run. Okay, and then we're just going to set that in there like that. Boy, do I have a lot of work to do when I get back. This is insane. So I'm just now moving the soil into it, filling in the sides, pressing it down. I'm doing this with one hand, no tripod. I don't have time for that. It is raining. I don't know if you can hear it, if the camera's picking it up. And I've got a plane to catch. So these are things that I could have done early in the week, but it's been one of those weeks, you know? So there we go. And I'll stick the tag in here so that I remember what this is. So there's the tag. And there she is. Just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to show you where I planted my Generous Gardener rose bush. I'll put it right here. And it is starting to pour, as you can hear. And this right here is Gertrude Jekyll. This is a David Austin rose. I planted this last year, and it is just thriving. So I'm going to actually train it along the fence here. And this one, Generous Gardener, is a climbing rose as well. So I'm going to train that along this area here. And then I have this little bed here that I'm going to do like a tropical type theme. I've transplanted 2 of the Robert Kemp cannas. So they're going to have like orange flowers on these. And I've got 2 of them here, and they multiply, so you have to stay on top of these. So you can dig them out and move them in the yard, or give them away as gifts, or give them to neighbors and friends and whatnot. But I have a lot of work to do when I come back. It's just been a crazy time. And I've got the strawberry plants right here. This was the Quinault strawberries. These are everbearing, and they seem to be doing okay. The weather has been in the 40s last night, so they should be fine. I'm gonna leave it. And I've got more strawberries in here. Actually should take out so it can get some rain, but there they are. These don't look as good as the ones outside, so I think I will move them. So anyway, I'm racing against the clock because I have to catch a plane, and I wanted to get all this stuff planted up, and I was pretty successful. The only thing I have left, once the peony is done soaking, I'm going to put it right here. I already have the hole dug, and I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so I am ready to plant little Miss Sarah. So here's the hole that I dug, and here's the peony. I had it soaking for about 2.5 hours. So you don't want to bury these too deep. You want like maybe 1 inch or 2 of soil to cover it. So, and you want the eyes to stick up. So my hole might not be deep enough. Let's see. I have to use this plastic because I didn't bring any tools. So it's just, there we go. So I'm gonna push it in there. So that's about the soil surface line right there. So I might be in good shape. Maybe I need to do a little bit more. I think that's perfect. So see all the eyes? See inside of there, and then there's eyes there. So we're gonna put that in here. Maybe I should put it this way. Yeah, that's better. And then we're going to cover all around it first, and then we'll just cover the top. Take that out of there. And I gotta mark this. So I'll stick this marker here. So that should be enough. I may not get any flowers for a year or two, but that's all right. And that's how you plant a peony. Hey gardeners, it's a balmy 54 degrees. It's a little bit windy here in the Sandhills, and I got all my planting done. I ended up planting my 2 hellebores that I purchased at the Tangerine store and the Blue store. And then I planted up my cannas that I purchased at the Tractor Supply on yesterday. Those are called Miss Oklahoma. There were 2 rhizomes in the package. I got those planted up. I had to move a hosta in order to plant one of the cannas. And then I planted up my David Austin rose, the Generous Gardener, I think it's what it's called. Got that in the ground. And then I got my Sarah Bernhardt peony in the ground. I had to soak it for about 2.5 hours. So I'm leaving on a trip in just a couple hours, and I needed to get all this stuff done. And I'm so happy that I did. I didn't want any problems with it or for them to have died while I was gone. So I feel a little bit better knowing that these are in the ground, that they're going to be okay. Not too worried about it. The temperatures are going to be no higher than 60 degrees while I'm gone. So it's like perfect weather. And let's see, what else do I have? So my trip. So I will take you along, especially to a place that is just absolutely magnificent. I've been there once and I can't wait to go back. It is just an absolutely gorgeous place. So I will share with you what that is, but I am heading to the Lone Star State, and I plan to have a wonderful time. So get your trowels out and dig. Even though it's rainy and wet and a little bit cool, you can still get out there and do something, make your yards beautiful, get ready for the spring, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.